For our Unit 1 health quest, our group decided to show an example of a plant-based diet and how to make a 3-course meal consisting of only plant-based foods. We will be showing an example of an appetizer, a main dish, and a dessert, and how they're equally balanced. For our first dish, we will be making crispy popcorn tofu nuggets. This dish is a vegan version of crispy popcorn chicken. It's crunchy on the outside, yet soft on the inside, while still giving you the same texture feel like a chicken nugget. And the best part is, tofu is a protein, so it gets you full. To begin making this dish, take 1 tofu block and cut it in half. After cutting it in half, cut the tofu block into desired cube sizes. Once you're done cutting the tofu, fill a bowl with cornstarch. This is what we're going to use to bread or coat the tofu with. Once you're done filling the bowl of cornstarch, individually coat each tofu cube in the cornstarch as so, and set aside once coated onto a separate plate. For an optional step, once the coated tofu is set on the separate plate, you can sprinkle any dry seasonings you would like to add on top. We didn't because we're going to enjoy it with condiments after. Once you're done coating the tofu in cornstarch, add some olive oil or coconut oil to a pan and let it heat up on medium heat. Once it's hot enough, fry your tofu. It should sizzle as soon as it hits the pan. Fry the tofu until a golden brown color or to your liking. Once the tofu is done frying, remove the tofu from the heat and plate. As an option, you can drizzle sriracha on top or add a small dish of soy sauce to dip it in like we did.
Next, onto the main dish, which is a quick and easy broccoli asparagus bowl with white rice. First, start off by measuring 3 cups of white rice and placing it into your rice maker. Then, start to rinse your rice with water until the water in the bowl runs clear or semi-clear. As an optional step, after rinsing your rice, you can add some salt to the water the rice will be boiling in, and other seasonings you may prefer. We added some garlic powder in it as well, and remember to stir the seasonings in the water after being added. Now, set your rice to cook. While the rice is cooking, we're going to begin preparing our vegetables. Cut your broccoli to your desired preference, and when done cutting your broccoli, fill a pot with water so we can boil the broccoli. Set the water to boil. As the water boils, cut your asparagus into desired length. Once done cutting your asparagus, grab a pan and set the heat to medium. As the pan begins to heat up, grab a bowl and make your own desired veggie seasoning. For ours, we used cayenne pepper, garlic powder, and a tiny bit of Lori seasoning salt. Now that the seasoning is done, add some vegan butter to the pan so we can saute our asparagus. Once the butter has melted, add the asparagus in. If you're needing the asparagus to fry faster, you can add some coconut oil as a substitute to regular oil. As the asparagus is cooking, add desired amount of seasoning to the asparagus. Once the asparagus is done cooking to the desired texture, remove from the heat and place on a separate plate. Now onto the broccoli. Add the broccoli we cut up into the pot of boiling water and let the broccoli boil for 4 minutes. Once the broccoli is done boiling, remove the broccoli from the pot and set aside on a plate. We boiled our broccoli so we can still saute it, but enjoy it on the softer side. Next, add the broccoli on the plate to the pan and repeat the same steps as the asparagus to saute them. Once the broccoli is done sauteing, remove from heat and set aside on a plate. Next, as your rice should be wrapping up being cooked right about now, scoop a desired amount of rice into a bowl and add your veggies and serve. As an optional step, we added sriracha to our veggies for a nice kick. And that wraps up the main dish. You'll be surprised how a simple dish could be so tasty.
Lastly, onto dessert. For our dessert, we'll be making vegan chocolate chip cookies. You'll need sugar, golden brown cane sugar, salt, refined coconut oil, non-dairy milk of choice, vanilla extract, flour, baking soda, and vegan chocolate chips. In the large bowl, add 1/3 cup of sugar. Next, add 1/2 cup of golden brown sugar. Add 2/3 of a teaspoon of salt and mix together. Once done mixing, melt 1/3 cup of coconut oil. Add to the bowl of the ingredients and mix. Once done mixing, add 1/8 cup of non-dairy milk of choice and 2/3 teaspoon of vanilla extract to the bowl. Mix again. Once done mixing that, add 1 cup of flour, 1/3 teaspoon of baking soda. Mix gently. Once done mixing, add desired amount of vegan chocolate chips and fold gently. Once the chips are evenly distributed, place the cookie dough mix in the fridge for 30 minutes to chill, and begin to preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Once your oven is done preheating, scoop the cookie dough into the desired size onto a non-stick pan. Next, place the baking pan into the oven and bake for 12 to 15 minutes. Once they're done baking, let them cool for about 5 minutes and enjoy. Now you have completely plant-based cookies that are healthy and tasty.
And that wraps up our 3-course meal. Thanks for watching, and we hope you consider incorporating more plant-based foods into your life after watching this. You can really see how simple and super tasty they can come out to be. Thanks!